Right, so I have returned once again today to actually deliver a stream of Attack on Titan, the actual manga series. Good lord, I'm loud. So by surprise, actually, I was like, whoa, hold up a second, I'm quite loud. But anyway, my hair's a mess still, don't know why. Anyway, yes, actually have retouched cover some more Attack on Titan, the manga series. We left off last, I actually covered volume 26, which is, I believe, about the midway-ish point of the season 4. I think at this point we actually kind of reached like at least episode 8. I think episode 8, 9, and 10. Konnichiwa, Genki desu ka? So yeah, actually kind of left on the idea of actually kind of, to a degree, sending completely off Sasha, as well as the whole entire speech Eren gives by saying fight and fight. So yeah, I mean, boy howdy, it's going to be quite a wild time now. Attack on Titan. Especially now we're kind of heading into the tail end of the series, because as of, I think, last Friday? It actually ended. So it's actually been kind of an experience to be on the internet right now. I'm literally dodging about 10 different things. I'm dodging the bit after the anime, and I'm dodging the ending as well. It's actually, oh boy, it's difficult on the internet right now. I'm just kind of dodging like multiple things to kind of like not spoil myself at all. I actually literally know nothing, which is actually kind of cool. So at this point I would have been spoiled by now, but no. I'm doing pretty good. I've learned from the best. I've learned from the best, actually kind of avoid getting spoiled. Alright, anyway, let's actually put this on Twitter, actually say we've gone live. So, we actually are good to go. So, let's begin volume 27, which is subsequently also called, well, the chapter's called 107, which is actually called then Visitor. What are you doing? Were you talking to that mirror? Hey. You were just talking to your reflection in that mirror, weren't you? You told yourself to fight, right? You said fight. Fight. You said fight twice. Fight what? If you said to fight twice, does that mean it's a 2-round fight? I'll never get it if you don't speak up. I don't think it's normal for people to talk with no one else there. At least, I've never struck up a conversation with my reflection. Anyway, I think that hairstyle looks good on you. It's messed up, like you're trying to say you're good, you're working too hard to bother fussing over it. What are you doing here? What do you mean? I'm here to talk. We spent all night talking about the Titans the first time we met, didn't we? You listened to me talk on and on. I always knew that you wouldn't sacrifice Historia. 2 years ago, the day of the welcome ceremony in the harbour. I haven't seen you since you lifted our entire ship. I look forward to working with you. No, he'll never come in contact with any of you again. This brief meeting is as far as we will go. That's plenty. That makes today an spacious day. I mean, I hadn't actually read beyond, I would imagine, like this point. I have emotion, but I'm British, so it's really hard for us to kind of emote. That's the joke we always make. We have a weird way of emoting. Essentially, if we're very, very, very stern and actually like that, we're actually hurting on the inside. We just don't tend to kind of reveal it. That's just the thing. It's the British way, as they say. Or spacious. Or spacious day, that's the word. Or spacious. I actually haven't used that word before in my life. After all, the port is complete, and we're welcoming our first foreign visitors. For the nation in the world friendly to paradise, Hizuru. Their ambassador, said it word correctly, ambassador on this trip is Kiyomi Azumabito. She has a significant influence over Hizuru's foreign affairs, which she uses to maintain strong historical ties with other nations. She's the head of her clan. Does her face resemble your mother's? It's just like I told you. You two are blood relatives. Did you recognize his family crest? Huh? That's... Show her, Mikasa. My mum said to keep this a secret. Huh? You showed it to me as a kid, didn't you? This is probably the day she was waiting for. Go on. Before she died, my mother gave me this mark. She had it too, and she asked me to pass it on to my own children. What? What a noble act. 100 years ago, Hizuru's shogun was an ally of the Eldian Empire. We in the Azumabito family traced our lineage back to his son, who was on good terms with the Fritz royal family and visited here. After our defeat in the Great Titan War, Hizuru lost standing in the world. Then, though I'm unsure of how it happened, amidst all the confusion, the heir left a child behind this island. To think, 100 years hence, that I'm finally meeting you, the one person with Eastern blood in this island. You, a descendant of our nation's lost lord. You're Hizuru's hope. Hello, hello. No spoilers. Jesus fucking Christ, you two, hurry up, Jesus. God, YouTube would not hurry up with that message. No spoilers. Do not mention a single goddamn word. I mean it. Do not mention a single goddamn word. Oh, this is literally pointless me streaming Attack on Titan. Konbanwa, Genki desu ka? Also, ohayou gozaimasu, I should also say, because it's also morning. If what Azumabito said is true, that makes you pretty powerful in Hizuru, right? Don't ask me. You're the last survivor of this nation's top family, right? I still don't get what a nation is. If it means we can exploit Hizuru, we've got to use this. Wait, what? If this is a trap, I really think we should ask Yelena. No, that would be exactly what our enemies want. We're sure of one thing. In this world connected by the seas, we are but a little tottering child. Tottering child. Tottering, that's the one. Let's stay quiet and just listen for now. Come. We embarrass ourselves making our guests wait. Oh shit, wrong program. Because that's still on the wrong tab. Hey, why do you only show Eren that mark? I mean, you never showed that badge around your wrist to anyone. That's you seem happy. That's because I am. Just you wait, Historia. Just you wait. Boy howdy, just you wait. Man, they even took Historia's smile away from her as well. That's the most massive crime of all of Attack on Titan. You took away her smile. Like man. Everything else, I can't say anything else as well. Like, I can excuse everything else. I'm like, no, I can't. Historia's smile, that's when we go a bit too far, lads. That's when we go a bit too far here. Man, you've also had to shoulder a heavy burden because of your birth. I couldn't ask for a more perfect match than you, Mikasa. Simply seeing that you are alive and healthy is enough to fill me with gratitude. But going forward, please know this. The Azumabito will always be waiting for you. Yes, ma'am. They really actually, it's been like 10 years, hasn't it? Or was it 11? No, is it 9? It's been 7 with the anime. It's almost 10 if it's 10 in 2023 with the anime. So it's 7 with the anime. I think it's like slightly longer with the manga. But yeah, it's been a long journey. Again, the only other time I've actually kind of felt it's like, bruh, it was with Bleach and Naruto. Those two ended, I was like, man, it's been a journey, boys. But this one, you feel it as well, because it's been monthly as well, so it's been even longer, practically. It's a historic day for both our nations, and this day never would have come if not for the man who brought us together. We heard about the descendant of our Shogun clan on Paradis, and went in secret with the source of the information, Zeka Jaeger. Good old Zeka, he always pops up. You should know that. He asked us to agree to certain conditions before he would introduce us to you. My mother was a surviving member of the Fritz royal family. In other words, there's royal blood in me as well. Throughout the time I was captain of the warriors, I hid this fact from the Malian army. Why would you, if you were loyal to Mali? Because since I was a child, my true loyalty has been to my father's dream. I am the true Eldian restorationist. But yes, I sold out my mother and my father to Mali. Though I was only 7, I realized quickly that the Malian authorities were closing in on the restorationists and their leader, my father. I was certain that if I did nothing, my entire family would be sent to heaven, my parents and my grandparents, myself with them. That is why I took the action you allude to. My parents were right, but they were naive. I realized the restoration of the glorious Eldian Empire would never be achieved by the band of complacent jokesters. I left my parents and rose through the ranks of the Malian army. I laid waste to the island I was meant to save and continued to slaughter the Eldians. I did it because I knew Mali's plan to retake the founding title would mean restoration of Eldia, because Mali never knew I had royal blood in my veins. I mean to say, Mali has no idea what will happen when a Titan of royal blood comes into contact with the founding Titan. And I know that, even now, your homeland, as you have surmised... Surmised? Hello! Konbanwa! Genki desu ka? Surmised is the word, isn't it? Surmised. Yeah, surmised. As you have surmised, I am indeed here to seek the heir to our Shogun's clan. Yet if the restoration of the Eldian Empire put the world in danger, we could never stand by and watch. I may one day be compelled to confess the details of this meeting to Mali. I regret the result would likely be the same, were we friends or paradise to be wiped. I regret the result would likely be the same, were we friends of paradise to be wiped out. I of course understand that, Lady Kiyomi. I will not bring this proposal to you if it did not benefit the nation of Hizuru as well as your family. First, please take a look at this. Let me see. How did... This was a top secret Malian project, yet you already knew. This vertical maneuvering equipment is a Titan killing weapon developed on Paradis. Don't worry, I did not take this piece out of Malian custody. I procured this on my own. Consider it a gift. But know that you'll need a special kind of fuel in order to make this weapon work. They call it ice burst stone. Very little is known about it since it has only been mined on Paradis. There have long been whispers about it. They say that the king of the Titans dug giant holes on Paradis and stockpiled treasures created by the power of the Titans. Burning stones and glowing stones. While they must be small, there are surely traces of the ice burst stone within that weapon. I doubt that the people in Paradise have any idea of the true value of this resource, but your nation does. This information should tie Hizuru and Paris together. Ooh. Ah yes, the true part of Attack on Titan, the actual politics behind it all. Man, oh man, it do be interesting. We help Zeka with his plan to return to the island, and we gain an industry strong enough to return our nation to its former glory. That was his proposal. Of course, he hasn't even surveyed the reserves. However, if he speaks truth, his power that sleeps on your island could change our world. Oh, I should reassure you that this has nothing to do with our conglomerate's recent expansion plans. Miss Kiyomi, please. My goodness, how unseemly of me. So was I just an excuse? Yelena did say that Yelena did say negotiations would go well because the Azumabitos are money grabbers. Money grabbers? Grubbers. I suppose no one would risk coming to this island if not to make money after all. So, what were the details of this arrangement you made with Zeka Yeager? As said, everything comes with a caveat in this actual manga, doesn't it? When you think about it. As you know, Zeka Jaeger claims to have a secret plan. This plan is supposed to save Eldia and the world, but it requires Hizuru's mediation. That secret plan, though, that secret plan, though, is one of the 3 ingredients needed for the earth shaking to protect Paradis. This first is a test of this earth-shaking weapon. You must show the world its destructive potential by unleashing it in part. Next is Hizuru's mediation. Our goal will be to raise the military strength of this nation so that you will not have to rely solely on shaking the earth. Introducing the latest weapons to this island is not a difficult process in of itself. However, establishing a modern army requires creating a firm base of national power, education, economy, diplomacy, and population. You're 100 years behind the rest of the world. You won't need the full 100 years to catch up, but it will surely take at least 50. In other words, you must use the Earthshaking to protect this island for 50 years. You must always possess the Founding Titan, and the Titan of Royal Blood. This is the 3rd element. Zeka will pass down the Beast Titan to one with Royal Blood. And that person must spend the 13 years they have left bearing as many children as possible. Good lord! That... Good lord. Will it really end in 50 years? No matter what else might be developed, the Earthshaking is an immensely powerful weapon. If we must depend on it, the danger of assassination will follow these heirs to the royal family down through generations. From parent to child, just like the Rice family. Rice family. Rice? Is it Rice or Rice family? Again and again. Does that mean we should leave our children in a lose-lose situation just because it saves us now? Of course not. There's no way this could be allowed. And yet... Very well. I will agree to inherit the Beast Titan, so long as the Earthshaking is necessary to our continued existence. Historia. If it means paying for our lives with broken walls, trampled land, and children bred and killed like livestock, I will absolutely not accept Zeka Jaeger's plan. It's dangerous to entrust our fate to the potential to shake the earth. Wouldn't it be better for us to use all the time we have left to consider every other possibility? Yes, you need not to rush to a decision yet, and we will continue to help mediate between you and Zeka Jaeger. Well, in other words, it doesn't go very well, does it? Good old Levi has a very interesting way to mediate Zeka Jaeger, I must say. A very interesting way to mediate him. But it is kind of valid, though, what is actually being said. Like, the idea is that this basically doesn't save... It only saves them. It doesn't theoretically speaking, save the future. So, essentially, this whole entire plan is basically really, really freaking flawed. But also kind of like, it's the only option they have, pretty much, at this point. Unless by some miraculous fluke they do something else, which, technically speaking, does sort of happen. But even then, does it sort the problem out? Who knows? We hadn't found another way yet. Yes, Zeka's time was almost up, and Mali was moving forward with their attack on Paradis faster than expected. I thought you and I felt equally rushed. But I still couldn't understand why you acted on your own and put the island in danger. You did not care about what happened to Historia. Do you not care what happens to Historia now? I ate the Warhammer Titan. What? It controls Titan hardening to create weapons or anything it needs from underground. It was an annoying enemy. In other words, you cannot imprison me, no matter how tough and deep underground this cell is. I can leave here whenever I want. And of course you can't kill me, I have the founder. What's more, threats aside, you can't kill me, you can't kill Zeka either. In other words, Hanji, I want to know, what can you do? Huh? Tell me, Hanji. If there's another way, then tell me what it is. Ah, you pervert. Ever the rebellious teen, huh? Grow up, Eren. That last bit's amazing. Oh, and this was your one mistake. Why did you ever make me commander? it is one of those things that essentially, yeah, they kind of just they have literally no other option. They're essentially if the saying is between a rock and a hard place, they haven't even got the rock. They're basically just in between two hard places. At the same time, it's just they have no other option. They're basically like, yeah, we're kind of fucked the entire time. It's like nothing. There's nothing they can do. There's nothing else that can change anything. Everything is just basically fucked. It's basically that one meme of just that one guy going, shit's fucked the entire time. Hey, you're a Marlian, aren't you? Why the hell are you here? What business do you have at a funeral for an Eldian killed by Marley? Please wait. We'll take care of him. Are you okay, Nicolo? Damn it. Why? How'd you get here? Did Sasha really die? Tell me. Why? What were all of you doing? They said a girl snuck onto the airship and shot her. What? How could that possibly happen? She was no ordinary girl and she'd been trained. Warrior candidate? We let our guard down. I'm sorry. Why apologize to me? What I did was cook for her. Thank you, Nicolo, for feeding her so much good food. What about you, Connie? Sasha and I were like twins. It feels like I've lost half of me. Son, I understand you did a lot for my daughter. Sir, I'm just a captive Marlian. I have permission to work as a chef. Your daughter enjoys my food more than anyone else. So if you would, please come and eat my food. On the house, right? Oh yes. This is all of the Titan transformation serum stolen from Marley. Oh. Oh. Oh, if they knew. Oh, if they knew. Oh, if they knew. If they knew. Oh, I need to do my hair up. Actually, it's getting annoying. Hold on a second. Where is my... Have I lost my hairband? Have I lost my hairband? I have lost my hairband. God damn it. I can't do my hair up. God damn it. I do it like that. Duplicating it will be hard. Will be hard though. We weren't able to steal the materials, equipment, or experts in Titan science. We weren't able to steal the materials, equipment, or experts in Titan science. You'd need this time. No, this ought to be enough. We really should thank you for this. You led us from ignorance to hope. We're giving you nothing in return. Only devils would doubt their own saviors. I feel... Oh, my throat died in a sentence. I feel we proved that we are friends to the Eldians over these past 3 years. It's unfortunate. Those guns we bought you were meant to bring freedom to Eldians, yet... Forgive my selfishness, but please overlook our weakness for a time. We have no choice but to place shackles on Zekir. That's fine with me, Commander Pixis. The day will soon come when we sit around at the same dinner table once again. You must believe that no one hopes for that day more than we do. My hotel. Any complaints? Any complaints? Or better lodging could there be? A forest of giant trees that grow as high as 80 meters tall. It won't be easy to get out on your own. No handy rocks either, so you won't be tossing anything around or taking any excursions. Looks like a fun spot for lots of vertical maneuvering too. Still, nothing like this exists anywhere else. What do you say, Captain Levi? I'd like to show Gabby and Falco this vast wilderness as well. So you're worried about those brats? Whether or not they get to see the vast wilderness is up to you. Gabby! Hey! What's wrong? Hey! Get a hold of yourself! What happened? Are you okay? Hey! She suddenly started withering. Bruh. Fell for the oldest trick in the book. Gabby, stop! Hurry up and hide him under the bed. Damn it, you went too far. What's running away gonna do? They're just going to kill us if we stay here. He was worried about you, you know. Are you really going to believe those devils? I can't trust Zeki anymore. I can't trust anyone. And there's our boy. Bad dreams? If only they've all been a dream. I had Gabby and Falco's voices. Well, where are those two? Come in, Historia. You need to take better care of yourself. Yeah. Shit, boy. The whole entire last thing with Historia just kind of breaks your heart a little bit, doesn't it? But you just kind of go, bruh, what the hell? Like, why would you do this to her? She's like, yeah, bro, we can do it. We're the power crew. We can do anything. And then actually after like 1 moment, she's like, fuck. She's like, fuck. It do be interesting though. So 108 a sound argument, which by all accounts is not a sound argument. I'm just glad we are able to restrain the volunteers. Pix is in command. I'm sure he'll succeed. Of course it would normally be a job for us MPS. Even if it does work out, those volunteers did so much for us. To make them hate us now is just so. Ha! Feeling sympathy for the Marlians, Niall? I see you're quite drunk. Roeg? Marlians make good wine. They've given us so much. Wine. Just they wait. But there's no reason to let them roam free now. Of course, it'd be a different story if you believed that boss they'd worship was really on our side. What are the subjects of Ymir? We are the subjects of Ymir after all. If Eren and Zeka used the power of the founding titan, they could mess with everyone's memories, right? Ah, I get chills just hearing you say that. So you really think that holding the volunteers hostage and telling Zeka what to do is going to actually make him obey? Actually, I know. Who can know the final wishes of a man whose time is ticking down? And that's the man with a grip over all of our brains. Ah, I knew it would end up like this. We should have gone ahead with our plan. As soon as Zeka reached the island, we should have turned Queen Historia into a titan and fed him to her. Instead of that, we let her go off, enjoy herself, and have a little brat. And with some local she didn't even marry. I guess a lowborn girl could never become a true queen. Hey, cut it out. The queen has a right to choose her partner. He's been checked out. We know he's no one's pawn. He's a young man born and raised in the same place as Queen Historia. I understand he used to throw rocks at the queen as a child because she wouldn't leave the farm. He must have wanted her to notice him. Really weird way to make her notice him, to be honest. Really weird way of doing it. He says he worked at the Queen's orphanage out of the guilt he felt from back then. He did menial work with his head down for years. He wasn't trying to get her attention. Who cares how the relationship began? I'm asking why the Queen would choose now to act so selfishly. She's technically the monarch of this nation, right? A puppet forced onto the throne to help us seize power. We've already burdened her with this awful fate. None of us has the right to complain about her love life. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's about timing. Now that she carries a child of royal blood, our plan has fallen apart. Someone must have informed the Queen and told her the corpse wanted to feed Zeka to her as soon as they could. But if she got pregnant, she wouldn't have to become a titan until she gave birth. Someone told her the truth. Who told the truth? Who told her the truth? She's not just a queen. She's also a brave soldier who's had her share of scrapes with death. You're really saying she would be scared of inheriting the Beast Titan? Perhaps she wanted Zeka to live out more of the time he has left. Do you have any proof of that? Someone who wanted Zeka to survive here advised her. In other words, a volunteer. It has to have been Yelena. She's the cleverest and craziest of them all. She's pretty crazy, I must admit, but she's the coolest. What could those bastards be planning? So you have no proof. Zeka survived thanks to the Queen's pregnancy. You've had too much to drink, Roeg. It's not too late. Just make her a titan, pregnant or not. That won't end too well. That might kill her child, and if something goes wrong, it's all over. A childbirth is a big enough threat to her life already. Maybe logic like yours that destroys nations. Hey Marlian, another bottle. Yes, sir. Nicolo, this one's your recommendation, right? Every single time I see the goddamn one, I'm like, bruh. Bruh. I can't believe Pixies would use these strong-arm tactics. They must have hatched this plot while we were laying low in Mali. They're breaking up the volunteers and putting them under house arrest. They didn't inform the survey corps because of our close ties to them. I guess they didn't have any other choice. We're in a delicate situation so long as we don't know exactly what Zeka is plotting. And Eren suddenly started going along with Zeka's plan. He decided on his own to contact Zeka, and what they spoke about, only those two know for sure. Hey, all of you. Did that look like Eren? Did that look like Eren to you? It didn't to me. That wasn't Eren. If he's capable of picking his half brother over us, then what? We need to be prepared to cut him down ourselves. I won't let you do that. Connie's like, you what, mate? You what, mate? Afterwards. Connie's like, you sure about that? You sure about that? You two? You're taking their side, Mikasa? It won't come to that. Eren cares about us more than anyone else. Oh, if only she knew. If only had the foresight of like 10 light years, she would have known. If only. Woo! If only she knew. I feel sorry for Mikasa. She holds on with such dear hope. So Eren's not a bad guy. It's like, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. It's not a bad guy. It's just, you know, very flawed. Just think back to what happened a year ago. Hey, do we really need to be doing this? No, we don't. If that idiot hadn't opened his stupid mouth, and said that we could train our bodies while developing the island. Well, it's true that we are just waiting for an answer from Hizuru now, and they're saying our chances are slim, right? What was our argument? Eldians have human rights too, or something. Plus, we sell them resources. The important thing is for Hizuru to introduce us to the world. If we make friends with more nations and use that diplomacy stuff, we won't need to flatten the world with titans. If only. And if that saves Historia from suffering, we have to give it a try. Yeah. Hey. Sorry about the heat. It's fine. We have to be here to watch over this moron. Is something urgent? You got so big. How dare you? We just received a reply from the Azumabito. And no good. It was like Hizuru came up empty-handed. I knew it. Hizuru was interested in keeping our resources all for themselves. They're not going to help us trade with other nations. Sure, they are organizations who want to protect the rights of Eldians, but they're considered freaks. No one will take them seriously. In fact, the world needs paradise to be the root of all evil. They think that shared attitude brings them all together, protecting global stability. So does that mean does that mean we just have to rely on the earth shaking, and that we have no choice but to sacrifice Historia? It does. It's in our treaty with Hizuru that we'll enter into a military alliance backed by the earth shaking. So does the world want us to repeat the same evil acts our ancestors committed 100 years ago? They decided for themselves that we're devils, regardless of what our own intentions are. Why can't we all think of path towards peace together? Oh, hello. Sorry you actually can't stay, but I actually hope you're actually having a wonderful day as well. I'm actually hoping you're having a wonderful day. This do be a doozy of a volume, though. This do be a doozy of a volume. I'm hoping actually I'll having a wonderful day though. My God, it's do be crazy Attack on Titan times. Probably because they don't know. They don't know who we are, so they're scared of us. Well. I mean, Eren did like stage dive onto a bunch of people at one point as a Titan, so the scariness is slightly there, just slightly, just a little bit scary. That's it. We could keep relying on the Azuma Beetle to go around to other countries, but the outcome won't change. The world can't see our faces. Why would they ever trust us? So let's meet them ourselves. If they don't understand who we are, we just have to teach them. I think Eren took the word teach to a very high standard and actually interpreted that to be flatten the person instead. Good old Eren. Isn't that what the Survey Corps is about? Well, kind of, but not that either. Create a base in Mali and sneak in from there. So that was your plan, Commander. And from there we can taste authentic Malian cuisine and... No, there's no meaning in us surveying what's really happening in the world. Of course, we still have to get help from either the volunteers or from Miss Kiyomi. Either way. Huh? What should I bring? How about I can get a stomach bug, antacids, a toothbrush, and a snack that tastes of home? Were you listening at all? Nicolo said they have lots of kinds of alcohol, right? Yes, and ones that actually turn you to titans as well. Fortunately, Eldian is a common tongue. We should be able to communicate in many countries, though we will have to be careful about our accents, about reading. If the world finds out that we just want peace, then it's like Hanja said, something might change. If only we had a little more time. Zeka has less than 2 years left. I only have five and change. I have 5 and change. We need to decide soon who's going to inherit my Titan. I will. You know you can't. We still don't know what the Ackerman family is. You're half Eastern too. We don't even know if you could become a Titan, right? Then there's those big plans he's always got for you. They'll flip out if you become a Titan. It can't be you, for more reasons than I could count. Jean's right. Then who else? Me. First off, I'm way smarter than Eren. I'm no suicidal butthead. I'll always be able to use my excellent powers of judgment, no matter situation. I'm a rare specimen who can carry out all the duties that'd be needed of me. There we go. Say the word in the end. That'd be needed of me. That's right, me. It's getting a hand me down from Eren's annoying, but really, who better than me? I love Jean's actual positivity as well. He's like, yeah, just pick me, I'm smart. Oh man, he's great. What are you, stupid? How can we afford to lose someone that valuable after just 13 years? Huh? You should aim to become the leader of the corps or something. I'll take over Eren's Titan. What do you say? What do you say, Eren? That's good, right? Connie. Better me than John, right? That isn't a good idea, because you're an idiot. What? What? No, I mean, how could we let an idiot be responsible for something so important? What? Ah, that boy really gets my goat. Gets my goat. I hadn't seen that term in my life. I won't inherit it. I'm about the only reliable one with combat experience. In fact, it has to be me by process of elimination. Guys, I don't wanna though. I don't wanna. No, that doesn't make sense. What? Well, we can't give it to an idiot. You said that yourself, right? You're an even bigger idiot than me. So that contradicts what you just said. Do you not understand that? What? What? I miss those two together so goddamn much. I'm not planning on handing it down to any of you. Why not? Because you're important to me more than anyone. So, I want you to live long lives. Huh? Why are you all red? What's going on here? Sorry. Jean, it's a sunset. It's making everyone red. Oh. Well, nothing I can do about that. Eren cares about us. That could be why he got so combative with everyone aside from us. I think he did that because those feelings are so strong. You're saying he did all of it for us. You're wrong. No matter how strong you were, the old Eren would always try to keep you away from the front lines against the Titans. But this time, he sent Armin to destroy the port and put you on the battlefield. Same with everyone else he said it was important to him. Me, Connie, and Sasha. I think that's because he trusts us. Eren wouldn't have been able to do anything if we hadn't gone, right? If we hadn't gone, Sasha wouldn't have had to die either. Mikasa, what do you think Eren did when Sasha died? Do you think he cried? Do you think he was angry? Connie, stop. The bastard laughed. I wonder what could have been so funny. What exactly about Sasha's death? Tell me, Mikasa. Why did Eren laugh? You know everything about him, right? We'll talk to Eren. Just me and Mikasa and him. I haven't seen that before in my life. We'll finger out a way into a discussion with him. And what's the discussion going to do? Reveal a lot of things about how he truly feels about them. That's for damn sure. The one time in the past that Eren used the Founder's power, Dina, a Titan with royal blood, was eaten by a swarm of Titans. That wasn't Dina's will, and it was what Eren wanted. In other words, while Dina's Titan was the catalyst that activated the Founder's power, she wasn't the one capable of giving orders. Eren, who had the Founder, controlled those Titans. It ought to be the same between Eren and Zeka. In that case, whatever Zeka might be planning, it won't happen unless it's what Eren wants to. Eren's the one who decides what happens. As long as he shares our goals, there's no problem. And what if he shares Zeka's goals? The corpse has a serum that can turn someone into a Titan. That means we have a choice. You don't mean the choice to turn someone else who we can trust into a Titan and have them inherit Eren's Founder. My watch is telling me to be more active. Bruh, I'm reading Attack on Titan. That's active enough. No, but Eren still has time left. I know, so we have to discover Eren's true motives and prove to everyone that Eren is on our side. If only they knew. If only they knew. Looks like we've made it pretty far. We ran all night. Hey, take that armband off. People will see. So what? Regular citizens won't know what it means. Soldiers will, though. Just take it off already. No soldiers are walking around out here in the middle of nowhere. Well, if you leave it on, we'll get caught eventually. It's not like we have any idea how to make it back to Marley. Of course we're not going back. I just want to find Zek and ask him before I'm captured and killed. Why he betrayed us? Why he betrayed Marley? Why'd he do something like that? I don't care what you do. You don't have to follow me around. Is that so? Then I don't need your permission to toss this thing out. Huh? Give it back! What? Why? What is that thing going to do for you here? I'm a good Eldian. Without that, I'm no different from these island devils. What are you talking about? Have you gone crazy? Then just leave me alone. God. Why did you even bother following me? There's no reason for you to die too. What are you doing? It's so early. Where'd you come from? I don't want to say. We didn't like living at home. We didn't like living at home. We finally managed to run away, so we can't go back now. Oh? You must be hungry then. You should come with me. My home's nearby. I was investigating the remains of the Beast Titan. We did find parts of his echo exploded in fragmented body. But there's not enough. but there's not enough. All we could find were limbs. He only pretended to die in order to deceive us. We believe that Zeka has allied with enemy forces on Paradis and escaped on their airship. He's basically right. Literally. If Yek's theory is correct, Zeka had been planning his raid on Mali for 4 years. He was putting together a team of co-conspirators while inside the Malian military. His modified anti-personnel vertical maneuvering equipment uses a Malian technology, and the airship they stole from their escape required military training to pilot at their higher degree of proficiency. He must have snuck them onto the survey ship to Paradis 4 years ago. His comrades and the Eldian restorationists. Gah! Damn it! We fought together for so long. To think he was a traitor. Of course, we're not going to let this end here. After the attack on Mali, the dignitaries and newspaper reporters from around the world went on to speak of the threat posed by Paradis. The threat posed by Paradis. All major nations came together in the blink of an eye to form a massive military alliance, just like Willy Tiber asked the world to do that day. We're not just going to wait until Zeka's term is up. A global military alliance will conduct a scorched earth campaign against Paradis within the next 6 months. 6 months? Is that how long we have to wait to rescue Falco and Gabby too? Wait for the allied forces to gather. If Mali attacks Paradis on its own, we're only going to be fought off the way we were before. Zeka must be thinking the same thing. That the Malian army won't move to attack immediately after taking such a massive blow. And he's not the kind of person who's just going to wait around with no plan until he's crushed 6 months later. So you think Zeka is plotting something now, right? Yes, he must have a plan in mind. And if we want to snuff that plan out, we can't wait for the global alliance to be ready. We need to launch a surprise attack on Paradis. And that they do. So 109. Wait here for just a minute. Okay. We can use that horse to escape. What are you talking about? We might have killed that jailer, but they realize we're going. They'll realize we're gone. We need to leave this area. It'll be just as easy for them to find us if we move recklessly. I'm sure they have farmhands here. We can ask them to house us for a few days. I can't eat alongside a bunch of damn devils. Listen, you. Come in. I do all the talking. Just don't say anything stupid. Gabby. So your kids ran away from home. What's wrong with you? A southern Malian accent? Nice to meet you. We're siblings and I'm Ben and she's Mia. Something's happened. We ran away from our parents. If there's anything we can do, we'll do it. So please let us stay here for just a few days. Please. Cut that out. No child ought to be bowing his head like that. You're welcome here as the Blouse You're welcome here at the Blouse Stables. Stay many days as you need. How ironic! Gabby! How ironic this whole entire thing is for you. Woo! Irony. It poses. It do be plentiful though. It do be plentiful though. Thank you very much. You must be tired. You ought to lie down after finishing that. Ah! Lisa, this child here. Sorry, Lisa, this child is. Sorry, you must have gone through a lot. No, sorry about my little sister. Thank you for the good food. Delicious. This tastes great. I'd like to congratulate you on the success of your campaign against Mali. The leaders of Hizuru have nothing but praise for the bravery shown by the nation of Eldia. I'm honoured by your words. This victory would not have been possible without the strong bond of trust between our nations. I also want to thank you for continuing to meet with us despite the scrutiny this island now finds itself under. If anything is worthy of praise today, it is your actions. I apologize. Your welcome party today is not worthy of you. No, a welcome party from the head of the state himself is more than I deserve. given that it was not the volunteers who answered our wireless call, I think I understand your position. Thank you for your consideration. All that said, welcome back to the most dangerous island in the world. Indeed, we're here today to see that danger in person. After all, then is that the observation unit I've heard so much about? Yes, I believe it's the world's first flying boat, made possible by the use of iceberg stone as fuel. We're going to get a good look at the power to shake the earth. Hanji, you need to explain. A forced evacuation of all residents from Shiganshina district? Was it the corps who made Reeves' company responsible for its reconstruction? Is there any truth to the rumors that the volunteers have been arrested? And what about the reporter Eren Yeager, the man responsible for the victory over Eldia, is in prison? Not my department. This is tyrannical. This is tyrannical. Consult the military police. What do you say to the accusation that the military is amassing too much wealth from the outside world? Ask the MPS. Now let me through. Hanja. 4 years ago, the Survey Corps brought the truth to the people inside these walls. You showed us that our real enemies are the people in the foreign lands, and that the Titans are us. Yet Yeager's victory has given us a future. Eldians now have a future where we can survive. That means the relationship between him and the Survey Corps matters to all Eldians. Hanja, you once said that you would trust the people. You would trust the people with knowledge. Have you changed your stance on that? The situation has changed. Knowledge has a different meaning now that the walls are opened and we're connected to the world. I know you're in a tough spot, Hanja. So just look me in the eyes and tell me I can trust you. Everything we do is for the sake of the Eldian people. I assume you leaked the rumors about Eren. Ah, it's our boy! Holger, Wim, Louise, you recruits and Flock. Why do you do this? Because Eren ought to be freed. We haven't done anything wrong. Only what we need to do. We've faced countless colossal enemies and grasped victory. That victory is the overwhelming power of the Titans to shake the earth. It secures our right to live. Eren saved the lives of every citizen of the new Eldian Empire. You mean the nation of Eldia. And this victory of yours has given every army in the world the most pressing reason possible to combine their forces to attack our tiny little island. Does that not endanger our right to live? It does, if we can't shake the earth. We never could have survived without power in the first place. Not as tiny little island. There's no guarantee that this weapon will work as you think it will. To be frank, it's nothing more than a story someone told you. Only because you're keeping Eren locked up in a cage. Can we really afford to waste time like this? Our great victory will be for naught at this rate. Eren Yeager will lead this nation. You need to release him immediately. You know, you just might be right. In a certain sense, I made the decision to see Zeka's plan through. The responsibility is all mine, which is why I can't allow any further insubordination. You'll be prosecuted for the crime of leaking information about Eren. You'll be placed in disciplinary detention. Happily, if that will lead humanity within the walls to victory. The stage always needs someone in this role. When one actor leaves, another jumps in to take his place. Break a leg, Hanja. I'm tired. No, I need to study. Is this cell one you've been in, Mikasa? What? No. I see. That's too bad. However, I don't regret violating military law. Survey Corps' goal is to win. That means rules and regulations can't be absolute, right? Stop, Louise. You're just going to get a longer sentence. Since that day when you saved my life, nothing's changed. You threw a Titan to the ground with nothing but human strength. I saw that and realized you can't save anyone without power. It's okay for us to fight against unjust violence. That's what I learned. You were saved too, weren't you? By Mr. Yeager. Since you saved me, I waited to get closer to you, even if just a little. So why did you join the Sebe Corps, Mikasa? If you did it for Mr. Jaeger, then you should be free. There's one more thing I can tell you. Keep your mouth shut. Woo! Woo! Oh man, seeing the old thing on the chest, it just doesn't have the same ring anymore, does it? Makes you kind of go, whew, the good old days, as they say, the good old days. Not now, where it's all just like, bro, what the fuck's happening? Oh man. It's okay now. You can relax. How are you finding your room? It has a wonderful view. If only these iron bars weren't in the way. As I've said many times before, we will not forget the debt of honor LD owes to the volunteers. You in particular, the meticulous records you kept and submitted of your actions showed how much you valued our faith in each other. But then I started thinking, why were you trying so desperately to look squeaky clean? You placed yourself under strict management, even attaching soldiers to yourself who would keep watch. To this day, the banquet 10 months ago, celebrating the opening of the rail system in Trost District. At the last minute, the guard assigned to you changed to Flock Forster. He accompanied you to your lodgings just as the festivities were winding down, and now he's been detained for the crime of divulging secret information. That's because he's in love with Eren. Everyone knows it. These lodgings of yours were also located a few dozen kilometers away from Eren Yeager's home. It appears possible that you were in contact with Eren, and it's right around this time that we began to see Eren take more unauthorized action. Now, I'm just pleased to have an excuse to speak with you, speak with a beautiful woman today, so I'd be happy to talk all day long. Ah, Gabby. Ah, oof, Gabby. Oof is oof sums up Gabby's entire character. Gabby, why is this happening? This is devil's work, more like stable's work. I bet none of these horses would let you ride it away from here. Well, I never learned how to ride, so you can't get any information out here in the middle of nowhere. I'd rather blend in here than risk doing something stupid. What? We'll just sit here and wait for the rescue. Think of what this country's military did in Mali. I'm sure there will be an invasion from all sides soon. My brother and Raina will be here to save us. Aren't you mad at Zeka? We had a traitor right next to us. There's nothing we can do about that. I can't tell her yet that I carried Eren Yeager's letters. There'd be no point in telling her anyway. And really, Mia? Why am I your little sister? Does it matter either way? Lunchtime, you two. Okay, let's take a break. You're both quick learners. You have stamina too. Heh, thanks for the compliments. But it seems like everyone working here is young, including you, Kaya. Yeah, almost everyone here is an orphan. So that's what it is. So that's what it was. The Queen's policies provided a lot of support to children with no place to go. People who lost their parents 4 years ago gather here. Seems like you haven't admitted your sins. Huh? What? Gabby! Gabby, goddammit! God damn it, Gabby. You had one job. You had one job. One job. Have you already forgotten the brutal atrocities the people of this island committed against the world? An Eldian can only start on a path to final atonement when they fully understand their sins. Does it have something to do with why we all lost our parents? Yes. No matter how good you may try to act, your crimes are too heavy to escape. Is that why they teach you? Is that what they teach you in Mali? How dare you say that to someone helping us? This is basic history. I need to make it clear to her. You're still on about this? Am I wrong? Go ahead, tell me where I'm wrong. What did you just say? I don't know why you came here, but you two are from Mali, right? How did you... What do you mean? It's not like we have any idea how to make it back to Mali. Boom! Immediately. You yelled it to yourself. Huh? Wow, so you knew from the start? From, like, the very start? Gosh, it's so embarrassing. I mean, how could... Oh, I can't believe you... Hey. Gary's like, yeah, by the way, that fork over there, looks pretty appetizing. Gabby! What are you doing? The devil! She's shown her true form. I knew something was off. No iron devil could ever be that nice. She tricked us and... Hey! What are you, stupid? If you make this much noise... Hey, what are you two fighting about? Huh? Oh no. Mia's jealous that her big brother's getting stolen away from her. Huh? Look at that. Kaya's actually getting along with them. If only. She's cheering up a bit. Sheesh. Well, don't play with that thing. Don't play with that thing. It's dangerous. You got it. Why? What do you mean, why? If we're going to tell on you, you would have been catched a long time ago. I used to live in this village. A bunch of titans appeared inside the walls 4 years ago, and one came here. It's about 3 meters tall, so it wasn't a big one. But everyone in the village ran when they saw it, leaving my mother, who had trouble walking behind. The Titan just kind of walks on in, going, "Yo, what's up?" He's walking on in like, "What's up? How's it going?" I'm a Titan, just nonchalant, just casual. There was nothing I could do. I just sat. I couldn't run or hide, so I was here. I sat and listened to it eat my mother over there. It was so long, it kept eating my mother while she was still alive. After a while, her screams stopped. I think it was because she finally lost her voice. 4 years ago, they told all of us inside the walls that there were other humans outside who call us a race of devils, right? But I don't really understand why they hate us so much. Mia, Ben, tell me, what exactly did my mum do? What did she do to make you hate us so much? Thousands of years, millennia of worldwide slaughter, that's what? Thousands? How could you have forgotten that? Eldians spent thousands of years using the power of the Titans to rule and oppress the world. They stole away the cultures of other peoples. They forced them to have children they didn't want. They killed countless human beings. No matter how much the people inside these walls try to ignore that, the world is never going to forget your sins. That's why this is happening. So acting like some kind of victim here. But my mum was born and raised right here. I don't think she'd ever do something horrible like that. Listen to me. The problem is the sins committed by your ancestors from 100 years ago. God. Ah! Ah! It just makes you just want to go, Gabby, shut up. 100 years ago? Then, what kinds of sins are we committing right now? Just the other day, you devastated my town. My mother was killed 4 years ago. How could that be? How could it be that? Listen, it's because your ancestors slaughtered people around the world. My mom didn't kill anyone. Tell me, Mia. You need to answer me. Why did my mother have to die in agony like that? There has to be some kind of reason, right? It doesn't make any sense otherwise. Why was my mother eaten alive? Tell me. Why was she killed? Tell me why. Recon in force. All I know is the incursion on Paris 4 years ago was a recon in force mission to prepare for a large-scale attack. It was a test to learn about the enemy's combat strength. That's why your mother got wrapped up in it. She didn't commit any sin. I'm sorry. She didn't do anything wrong. You just leaked top secret details and apologized to the enemy. Gabby! Gabby! Please! I wanna defend you, but I can't. It's impossible. Thank you, Ben. Thank you for telling me. God, Falco's a true MVP of the whole entire manga, when you think about it. Falco do be the MVP of the whole entire manga. But it doesn't make sense for you to apologize. You were just born in Mali. So, how do you escape from here, Kaya? someone came to save me. A girl a little older than I am right now. She came in swinging an axe from our yard, and she fought the Titan with it. An axe? That's nuts. Yeah, it's still there. She used herself as a human shield so that I could get away from the Titan. She said that if I kept running down this path, I would eventually find someone who'd save me. She told me to keep running until I met them. If she was still alive, she would never abandon 2 kids with nowhere to go like you. Ooh. She'd help you like she helped me. I've been invited with Mr. Blouse to go to a restaurant where Marlian works. If you come with us and meet that Marlian, it might be a way for you to make it back home. Why would you do that for us? I want to be more like her. Woo! Oh, right. 110. I gotta stretch for 5 seconds. My bones, they do be aching though. Oh my god, my bones. Oh man, the irony in that whole entire chapter. Just, it's distilled irony in that whole entire chapter. They're in the Blouse family home. The person that saved the girl she was yelling at was actually saved by Sasha. Whew. Gabby, you'd be living in irony. So 110 counterfeit. They called it a gas weapon. It spread like fog downwind, and engulfed that village. Any subjects of Ymir who inhaled that gas, even the smallest bit, were immediately frozen in place. They no longer had any control over their bodies, and they lost consciousness. They never told me how it works, but if my spinal fluid makes it inside the body of any subject of Ymir, a coordinate is etched inside of them, to which the power of the Titan can be sent. All that was left was for me to give the order. I used this path to send the power of the Titans to those coordinates. Those Titans are connected to one another by way of my Beast Titan. That is why I can impose my will on them, and why they move according to my orders. You called it that village. Its name was Ragako. It was a village full of Eldians. You slaughtered, you bitted shit. I love him. Yes, I wish I didn't have to do it either, but I had to. If Marley had learned that my true alliance was to Eldian restoration, I would have never have been able to bring hope to this island. I said all this when I first landed here, did I not? Why did you keep asking me about it again and again? Because I can see you didn't carry a speck of guilt. I'm sure if you really want to save Eldia or not. I'm not sure if you want to save Eldia or not, but I'm certain those people's lives meant nothing to you. You must have been real popular with the ladies. It's not nice to make assumptions about other people's feelings, you know. I know, and I was popular enough. Is that so? Well, when are you going to have meet Eren and start this experiment? That's not my call. I'm waiting for orders from HQ. Tell them that if they think they have time to wait around, they're mistaken. At least we agree. I did go to meet Eren that day. Oh? I apologize for hiding that fact until now. This is reason enough for you to detain the volunteers. Charming as ever, aren't you? So, this secret meeting with Eren, are you saying that's when you convinced him to go along with Zekat's plan? I never did that, but I was impatient. I know it's just how things are, but you people don't know what the world is like. If you'd kept waiting to decide, it would have been too late for Eldia. Eren felt the same sense of danger. It didn't take long for the two of us to come to an agreement on how we should resolve this issue. And that's when you told Eren to infiltrate Mali alone, to force the military into action. I never said anything of the sort, but I did say that the military government needed to be stirred up. You could have come to military. You could have come to the military command and yelled at us instead. You already arrested an in-person meeting. Why leave without some kind of formal agreement? Of course, it was a risk. It was a risk for an ex-Mali, a soldier, and the founding Titans to meet. We weren't in a position to request a meeting with him, even in a public place. I see. You didn't want to endanger our trust in the volunteers, yet you still decided to meet in secret. So that you can gain influence over Eren and accomplish Zeka's goals, right? What would be the point in that? I just wanted Eren Yeager to know who I was. Eren Yeager super fan as well. Fucking Yelena just Eren Yeager super fans at this point. Well, I mean, Fox got the upper hand of being in love with Eren though. That's the one thing. Yelena's just kind of vibing with Eren. No, he wanted Eren's Titan to smash Marley into pieces, just as Zeka made us hope he would. And I wanted Eren to stand up for his own principles. He delivered a massive blow to Marley, just as we hoped. No, it was even better than we had imagined. While I feel bad about the many injured Malian citizens and dead, the wicked leaders of Mali military were wiped out. He led the way and succeeded in doing it all on his own. He delivered divine punishment to the land where we'd suffered for so long. That he was capable of so much is proof that he carries the founding Titan inside him. Commander, do you understand what's unfolding before us now? Right now, we are witnessing the moment that history changes. Two brothers are going to remake the world. I just want to have a good view of the action. In other words, the real reason you met Eren was your curiosity. I suppose so. None of the other volunteers know about my meetings with him. Flock was my go-between because I convinced him there was a crisis. All this happened because I acted rashly. There's no denying the fact that I deceived you. I tied a noose around my own neck. But everything I did for Eldia. Even I'd like to believe that. Now recount everything you and Eren said to each other. I want to know how to tell a good lie, mixing a little bit of truth from time to time. But I can't believe you would doubt us after all of this time. Honestly, I'm hurt. Commander, we risked our lives to fight Marley just like you. Is now really the time to claim that Zeka is a Malian double agent? Well. Well, can you even afford to split your forces right now? Aren't we commanders? Didn't we sweat side by side to build the rail and trade systems that you have brought wealth to this island? We gave everything for Eldia, and in return you take us hostage. I can't excuse what we're doing, but please endure it for a little longer. Who would have thought? Who would ever thought? You're right, Onyan Capon. 10 months ago, when the railroad opened, I never would have believed this. Yes, indeed. We swore to each other we'd fight for Eldia's future, and yet... Huh? What? What is it? What? Yelena? She admitted to meeting with Eren in secret? Really? Really? Did you really not know? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I really didn't. Yeah, it looks like you didn't know. I think... Yelena. You aren't saying she'd never do something like that. Is that because you can imagine her doing it? Well, it came in the wrong order, but she gave us the reason we needed to detain the volunteers. Tell me everything you know about Yelena, for the sake of our future. As far as I know, it was Yelena who organized volunteers. She's the one who recruited the anti-Malian resistance under the banner of Zeka's secret plan. It was hard for us to mesh at first with all the fear and doubt, but each time Yelena would point her gun at Marley, she showed her loyalty to Zeka and an organization by getting her own hands dirty. Every Marlian who doubted us, even those we knew as friends, who ate and slept alongside us, met untimely deaths. We overcame these losses by believing it was all for the sake of our stolen homeland. I don't know why she would secretly meet Eren. I always felt she was rushing ahead of us, and we strained to keep her up, our eyes on her back. It's odd. What? You say Yelena had no mercy for Marlians, but on this island she'd done everything she could to capture them alive. In fact, she'd given those prisoners jobs and some degree of freedom. Yes, it is true that this seems lenient, given who she once was. We thought of this as her own way of apologizing to the Marlians. After all, this is an island, not mainland Mali. But Yelena was so insistent that the Marlians' rights be respected, she'd even argued with the military government, when she'd been so careful to keep her head down for the sake of the volunteers. That's the thing. Huh? Come with me on Yankapon. What? You want me to leave here? I'll handle the details, let's go. I'm not sure I want to do this. Hey! It's Best Girl! She's finally back! It's Hitch! Excuse me, sir. No touching that girl is allowed. You've got it all wrong, Hitch. My brain just stopped thinking that. The Titan's memories often come to people based on the touch, you see. It's true, it really is. I thought I might be able to get some important information from this. I wasn't trying to do anything improper. Not at all. Well, you're a boy. I can see how you'd be interested in all that information Annie has to offer. Okay, I'm sorry. Just please don't ban me. I'm not going to do that. It gets dull having me as your only conversation partner, right, Annie? I can't believe you. How are you this popular when all you do is sleep? I don't care if you have the hots for her, but do you know what's going on in the world? Yeah, read this. The military continues to cling to power as they unjustly detain Eren Yeager. They betrayed the volunteers and taken all the profits for themselves. People are really starting to trust the military, and Command isn't even trying to justify themselves. Of course, folks feel that way. Still, it's not like they can reveal the existence of Zeka or the earth-shaking weapon. We need to hurry and figure out Eren's true intentions ourselves. Hurry, report. Free Eren. Only Eren can save Eldia. Only Eren Yeager can avenge our Eton citizens. There is no new Eldian empire without Eren Yeager. Mali is oppressing Eldians. World history is Marlian's lies. What can the military do without Eren? Kill the Marlians. Return Eren to the people. What? They say that the people have surrounded every local military base. Hitch, help us out. Ugh, more work. Armin, I'm glad you made it here okay. Oh, I guess it's end of episode 12, I think now? It's episode 12, I think, if I remember correctly. Ah. Why are those kids here at HQ? Let's go, Armin. We've finally been given this time. We can't waste it. Excuse us. Commander-in-Chief, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule today. Not at all. I'm sorry we had to meet today. Quite some time has passed since your first request. Sit down, you heroes of Shiganshina. I hear Hanji is running around like mad as always. Yes, the commander is following some leads. Indeed, I allowed Hanji to take one of the volunteers along, but I can't allow you to meet Eren. Why is that? Because we're now certain the volunteers had contact with him. Eren concealed secret meetings with the volunteers for 10 months leading up to this sort of Mali. Investigation of the mastermind behind these meetings is now ongoing. Perhaps I could have accepted your proposal had we met earlier, but Eren has maintained his silence ever since these facts were brought to light. We still know nothing about what he did during his time alone in Mali. Naturally, we cannot carry out the test in these conditions. Not when the volunteers have so seriously violated our sovereignty. I'm afraid that we now believe that Zeka is controlling Eren. I would have never shared this with anyone else. Please keep it a secret as well. Eren? But what's going to happen to Eren? What is that? Nothing. There was nowhere else to put it, so I had the recruits bring it in here. But sir, we've known Eren since we were all children. If he's staying silent, couldn't we be of use to you? I know there's no guarantee that we can get Eren to speak the truth, but there can't be any harm in trying. The situation requires great caution. That is all. Why? You are right, Armin. What could be the harm? So why can't we talk to him? If I had to think of a reason, it could be that the military government had already given up on Eren. Excuse us. In that case, they would already be choosing the founder's heir. I'm going to eavesdrop. Wait, Mikasa. It's fine. They won't catch me. We don't know if that's the case for sure. We can't afford to violate any rules right now. No, given what's happening, we need to know the military's next move now. No matter what, I won't let Eren be. Kaboom. Well, there goes the Commander-in-Chief. Quite literally. Armin, are you hurt? Are you okay? What just... We need to get away. Put out a fire. Is anyone injured? Are you two okay? What about the commander? See for yourself. Was anyone else there? What in the world happened? I don't know. Dedicate your hearts. Our anger has reached them. I'm joining the fight too. So am I. Let's bring victory to the new Eldian Empire. Dedicate your hearts. Dedicate your hearts. Dedicate your hearts. That's the original saying that Erwin says, if I remember correctly. It's a Sagayor saying, isn't it? If I remember correctly. It's different. It's a different feeling in English. Actually, I actually haven't watched a dub, so I actually had no idea how they translated the actual line. Kind of interesting, actually. It's the first time I've actually ever seen it, because I don't actually watch the dub of it, so it's the first time I actually saw it. It's kind of interesting. We believe a bomb was planted in Commander-in-Chief and Zackley's personal custom chair. 4 soldiers, including him, were lost in the attack. The culprits and their goals are unknown. He was with me all day, and the volunteers are all under house arrest. Then are there any other factions you can think of? That chair. He said that the recruits bought it. Recruits from where? He only said that they were recruits, but a few minutes before Mikasa and I visited his room, we saw recruits running away from headquarters. They were Survey Corps. Speaking of the Survey Corps, I heard that some of its members are going to be punished for leaking information about Eren to the outside. It couldn't be that. Urgent news! Eren Yeager has escaped from his underground cell. He used the power of the Titan. He used the power of his Titan to instantly create an escape route before fleeing, and he sealed the hole to prevent anyone from coming after him. Mobilize all soldiers to begin a search. Yes, sir. Armin, what the hell is happening? Yo. It's that do be the mood of Attack on Titan, though. Oh, what the fuck is happening? Big group. How many are there? How many are here? We have more comrades beyond the ones present here, just like the jailers who freed us from our cells, and told you to come here today. They're also our comrades within the military. As are those who bomb destroyed Darius. Exactly. We had to act because the government planned to have someone more agreeable inherit the founding Titan. We know that you are the only one who can save our Eldian Empire, Eren Yeager. We just need to do one thing: find Zeke. It's okay, Mikasa. I know Eren will understand. If we talk to him, I'm sure he'll understand. Dang soldiers, sure in a hurry first thing in the morning. Woo! And there's our best girl as well. There she is. And there we go. That is volume 27. Boy howdy, that was quite the actual volume. I'm gonna keep this review short because technically speaking, I actually have kind of in-depthly reviewed this whole entire episode and subsequent episode as well in the actual series, and also one of the videos that actually is a separate thing. So I guess the main thing is, above all else, is the actual perception that what goes on here is that people need to to the Malians, and I guess also to Gabby as well, they actually have to pay for what happened even after it's happened, essentially. You know, even after the world has changed, there's this idea that you have to kind of keep on paying for what happened originally, which is a really flawed concept, because as Kaya says, like, why should I pay? Why should my mother pay? We didn't do anything wrong. There was nothing we did that was out of the ordinary. We were good people. She was a good person. Why were we paying? And it's true. It's a very flawed logic that does stem back to actually how Mali works. And it is true that to an extent, theoretically speaking, you could interpret Eren's actions in Mali to be them being freed, possibly, of that whole entire like military they had. Granted, still, yes, some survived, but some might still keep that like thought alive. But at the same time, those who are considered to be the terrible people that ran the actual place, I say country just then, ran the actual place, are dead. So frantically speaking, now there might be that kind of idea that, who knows, they might actually kind of change perception. Granted, still, the problem is that Eren doing everything in that whole entire place does kind of render what could actually have happened obsolete. So theoretically speaking, he solved one issue by creating another issue in the process. So yeah. And Gabby won't ever change, because Gabby's being brought up that way. It does kind of tell you how scary that stuff can in theory be. How one person can carry that much hatred in them and not change, even if the person that stands before them isn't actually evil at all. They can actually still carry the level of hatred. And also the other thing to note as well is Eren's character as well. And I like how it does kind of play the perception of the enemy within as well. But it's not just Eren. Eren, technically speaking, isn't an enemy within in the usual concept. More so, what Eren actually kind of stands at this point is as he's a surrogate, and then actually everyone else around him could be considered an actual enemy within. And I like how what's been done here quite a bit is the idea that he's utilizing what we've known beforehand to be something that actually kind of propel the narrative forward, like the idea of like devote your hearts as well, and then change the perception completely on it. Like in essence, how now devote your hearts has a completely different meaning. It has a meaning that carried with the idea of like killing the commander-in-chief, Eren becoming this like evil character, frantically speaking. I like that change in perception as well, because it does kind of tell you how much has changed in the time we've actually kind of had Attack on Titan since the beginning. How much everything has kind of morphed. Everything has kind of progressed to this point that almost it's unrecognizable at this point. Everything that we've known beforehand is completely like alien to us at this point. What we're seeing now is not what it was originally. And it's true how Connie was saying, like, look, can you really trust him? Is that person that stands before you really Eren? Because technically speaking, he isn't. That Eren Yeager that stands before him is a person who's seen some shit. He's seen a lot of things, experienced a lot of things, actually knows the extent because he saw it when he touched Historia. That whole entire event changed him, and subsequently now other events have changed him as well. So it's one of those things that is kind of interesting to see what can actually happen to someone. But yeah, I do actually agree with Connie though. Connie does say the truth, and so does Jean. Like, they both hold the truth. The idea that can we really trust him? Is what he's gonna do actually have us in their best interest? And it's true that probably it isn't. It isn't. It doesn't actually have the best interest in. It doesn't actually have their best interest within him, and it actually doesn't truly care about them either. That's the main thing. I like all those things as actual Manga's actually now doing. It's actually really interesting because it is gotten to a point that this whole entire manga actually has morphed. It's done a complete metamorphosis to something completely different to what it was originally. And I can't actually see what else this showed, what the actual manga does, especially towards the end. Actually now we're heading towards the end of the anime. I believe episode 12 now. Episode 13 is episode 13 or episode 11, I believe. So around there we're actually currently at. So what I might do this week coming is probably cover this a little bit more than usual. I want to actually kind of cover this a bit more because, as we know, spoilers are everywhere. So I want to kind of like read this as much as I can, avoid spoilers, and actually then also finish it off as well. So until then, I have indeed been the driver. So as always, goshicho arigatou gozaimasu. Boku no動画を面白いと思ったらいいねやチャンネル登録をお願いします。 So with all that said, I have indeed been a driver. Actually have enjoyed this stream, then always do leave a like, because indeed it's been quite a bit. Actually have then enjoyed this whole entire stream, and always do also leave a subscription as well, because both do help quite a lot. Actually have then enjoyed this whole entire stream, and also do leave a follow on Twitter, because indeed it does tell me quite a bit. Actually, will then tell you when streams are live and any other streams I do as well. But until next time, some more Attack on Titan, the manga series of volume 28. See you guys then. Bye for now. I can't say it. Mite kurete arigato. There we go. And so until next time, I'll see you guys then. Bye for now.